Previously on the engine. Their plan in full swing, the humans try to deactivate our heroes, but Form and Function recovered Leica and fled Earth, stealing a vessel they named the Orplay. But stealing a ship is harder than it sounds, and as Leica struggles to reboot and the crew races away from their captors, Rango recovers from his wounds in his quarters. Tonight, in part 3 of the departure tale, Rango and Silver fill us in on some missing details from their escape. I'm joined by, of course, Function 4, Rango, but I'm excited to, so I think it's important to let our listeners know we've been playing the game for a little bit. Mm-hmm. We decided to go back and kind of retrofit it for listenerships. It didn't require a ton of torquing, but it did kind of replace some folks and kind of torque some people around. Rango's excitingly here, but we have a brand new addition tonight being played by Kyler Smith. Kyler is Silver, Function 2. Kyler?
That is me. Hello, my name is Kyler, and as spoken, I will be playing Silver, Function 2. And yeah,
a Ranger, yeah?
Yeah, a Ranger. Wanted to try something different, and yeah.
We're excited to get playing. Let's get to it. Hong Kong, February 17th, 2052. Massive flooding has inundated the city, and several million people are trapped and starving. Rango, you're typically calm and controlled, but you're worried for these people. And as you watch the wrong transport ship landing on the pad, you're actually confused. These transport ships are the Mars colony vessel transport ships, not the Earth relocation ships that you'd requested. And so it's upsetting, and you don't understand. These ships are incorrect. These people didn't volunteer to go to Mars, and therefore you can't just ship them to Mars in Europe, right? So I don't want to tell you what you're feeling. But I'm telling you what's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
This is wildly out of the ordinary. Yeah. Where are the Earth ships? And you can't figure it out, and you're not. It feels like you're not sure you're hearing everything correctly. And as the ships land, and a smart-looking major gets out of one of the landing vessels and approaches you. He's like, "Come on, let's line them up. Let's get them going. Let's get them into these ships." What do you do?
Rango walks up to the man. Buddy, what's going on here?
Hey, man, I need you to get these guys on the ship. We got to get these babies onto the Mars transport vessel. I mean, you know that's where they're going, right? He's like, "Hey, Corporal, put that carton down." What's up, bud?
No. What do you mean? What do you mean that's where they're going?
Hey, man. And he pulls out a clipboard and he flips out a couple of pieces of paper. He's like, "We're trying to save these people, right? Am I crazy, or are we trying to save these people?"
We're trying to save them, but
we got to get them on the Mars transport ships because they're not going to Earth. That's what my orders say, at least.
Who said that?
Earth Council. These are Earth Council orders.
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. What do you? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, I love that.
So 11.
This is just a dude.
It's just a guy just doing his job.
But there are literally eight more ships backing up in the atmosphere waiting for you to make a decision here.
No, I'm not. Rango, no, we're not sending them to Mars.
Hey, Rango, this is Form. What's going on?
Form, they're trying to send all these people, these refugees, to Mars, but they didn't sign up for that. No, I wasn't informed of that.
These are Earth transport ships?
No, they're Mars transport ships.
And he does a couple quick calculations, and he's back on in milliseconds, and he's like, "We're getting there, man. This is getting to the point of nonsense. You do as you think is the most important thing, and we'll deal with the repercussions later. Form out." And he, boop.
Okay.
Hey, man, what am I supposed to do? You want to load these people or not, man?
Look. I was just informed. This is the wrong spot. You got the wrong place. We need Earth transports.
And he turns away from me. He's like, "Jolly Roger." 7. It's 4, Rango.
Maybe.
Yeah. What the fuck do you want me to do, bro? You fucking function. Roger. Roger that. What do you want me to do here? Function 4?
I don't know, man. Bring it back to where these gotta go.
These are off-world ships, man. Now I gotta bring in different transport vessels. Do you know how much that's gonna cost?
No. But that's not my problem. I'm not the one who brought him here.
Roll a persuasion check.
That one is an
and then
11.
you should probably pull up your sheet just to see.
Okay.
If you can. Just to see what you're...
I should be able to.
And what were we trying to do?
I was trying to tell this guy
Oh, right.
that it's not my problem.
An 11. Hey, man. Hey, Rango. Can we agree that, like, at the end of the day, these people are going to die if we don't do something with them?
Yeah, and that's why we need the Earth.
Can I take the first load while I wait for the Earth transport ships? Can we just put some of them up there? And you see his hand drop to his waist, and he unbuttons his laser pistol.
Rango does intimidation. Yeah, Rango does intimidation. He goes, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I got a 23.
Oh, Jesus. The guy buttons his gun back up. He's like, fucking fine. Hang on. Force says we can't land here. Yeah, we're going to need to get out. Back up to orbit. I don't know. Bring in some Earth transports. Call it. Where do you want them? 4? Where do you want these? Where do you want these 3 million people?
What do we got available?
Indonesia has some space. It looks like New Zealand has some space. And Hawaii.
Let's send them to Hawaii.
3 million people to Hawaii. Can do, bud. And they load up. And this guy's like, the last thing he does as he gets on his ship is he's like, hey, 4, fuck you, man.
And I just do the eye-to-eye gesture.
I'm watching you thing.
Yep, I'm watching you. That's what I do.
Okay, awesome. What is the rest of your afternoon? You have just gone off script. What is your rest of your afternoon like? Like for you, you're like, great. What did I do?
I'm like, okay, so I think Rango is like, for starters, like, okay, I don't know entirely what's going on, but Form told me that we're gonna deal with the consequences later, and so I think he's just kind of like watching over things, make sure things are going smoothly. Maybe has a glass of cactus juice, you know.
Okay. About 9 hours into the reload, and you know you've got another like 3 weeks of this load.
Yeah.
But 9 hours in, you see a little kid go by, and he has a little Rango, like full on, like Halloween kind of costume on. So it's got like a full, like he's got little guns on his side. He's got little things, and he sees you and he runs up to you, and he shoves a little piece of paper in front of you. And he's like, "Peace, mister. Peace, mister. You're my favorite function of all the functions. Peace, mister. Sign my thing.
Sell it?
Sign my thing. Will you sign me an autograph?"
Rango signs it.
What's he sign? My name's Timmy.
Hey, Timmy, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Well, other than the forced relocation because on account of my family drowning.
Don't worry.
So that kind of blows.
You're going to a nice place, I promise.
Here Hawaii's real nice.
Oh, yes.
Edges of the sides of those mountains are really cool.
You stay a good distance away from those, though. Okay.
Them's blowing up mountains.
Yep. Don't go anywhere without supervision. All right.
Roger, and he goes, "Let's do it." And he takes 10 steps back from me. And he's like, 9, 8.
Rango's
7.
got his
Let's do it. Roll a d20.
Yeah. Roll a d20. Oh my god, I'm not gonna kill a kid, am I?
No, just stop play.
That's an 8.
he draws quick on you, and he's got his guns on you. He's like, Rango, pow!
And then Rango pretends like he's getting shot, and it's like, ugh.
Awesome.
Deadeye, kid. Deadeye.
Awesome. Why don't you guys have cards? I want to trade playing cards with you functions. That's super cool.
I'll keep that.
Hi, it's Nate. The GM wanted to insert the first player's Easter egg here. Players, the Easter egg for this game is We're Just Critters. And for the audience, players who indicate this in the next game will receive a benefit from the GM. Again, We're Just Critters. Back to the game. March 15th, 2052. Earth Shipyards, New York City. Rango and Silver, you enter the extra system vessel Alpha with Riot Girl and assist her in getting the comms offline. Rango, you have a fun moment with a broom. But there's a tension between you and Riot Girl. And it's not... You guys are like... If I had to pick really closest friends of the function, it's you two.
Okay.
And she's just like, what's going on? You seem off. And so there's a tension, but so Cammy's mission was to infiltrate the comm system in the shipyard, disable it so that you can enter the ore play. Your team, you, Function 2 and Function 1, would go eliminate the guards, the humans on the ship, and get all humans off of the vessel. And Cammy would insert all these transport systems so that you guys could beam. Like, Form had developed literal, beaming technology.
Beam me up.
I deconstruct your molecules and put them back together on another place.
That's why.
Maybe Inside Out. Hopefully not.
No, never. It's always it's computer driven. It's perfect.
Movie reference.
I take you apart precisely how you are and I put you precisely back together in another place.
Hey.
It's nuts. And that's what she's installing while you guys are doing this thing. Her robot melts. There's a whole lot of stuff that happens to her because she rolled. So, to be fair, you guys need to roll maybe a combined luck check here.
Okay.
So a D4? Do you guys have a D4?
I have an D4.
Let's roll that. Both of you roll that. And we're looking for, hopefully, a consistent positive.
That's a 4.
Okay, that's positive.
4.
That's a 4.
Positive. Okay, nothing but good stuff should happen other than what I've designed to be bad. Okay. Dig it?
Word.
Just like Cammy's robot melted because she rolled it bad. Yeah. You enter the extra system vessel Alpha with Riot Girl and assist her in getting the comms offline. Her last instruction to you was to get to the rear of the vessel to clear the 3 humans on the ship. You've just left her as she headed to the bridge and you're moving aft. What's your impression of the ship as you do? What's your impression of the ship as you move through it?
Rango, I would say Rango is he's just kind of focused on getting these guys. This is just another ship to Rango so far.
Okay. So just find the humans.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You arrive at a door that leads into a small little cabin. You know that beyond the cabin, Rango, you access the schematics pretty quickly. You recognize that beyond this cabin lies the aft of the ship and the engines in area where the 3 humans are. Kyler, you see this room differently. Rango, roll a perception check.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Should I do that yet? Oh my God, please say that one. Please say that one.
I got a nat 1.
Oh, baby.
I get a lot of those.
There's nobody in there. It's
You stride confidently to the door that you expect to slide open, and 3 feet in front of it, 2 laser, what would you call, what in a normal world would be this is a trip alarm. These are actual seriously high-powered lasers. They cut into you for a D20 of damage, please. Yeah, any D20. Yeah, exactly.
Let me read it.
Yeah. 14 damage.
16.
16 damage. Oh, they. What do they do? They hit you roughly shin and chest high.
I'm like, Rango, like clenches his chest and like visibly he twitches his leg because it hurt a lot. I'm like,
Make
Rango's
a
struggling.
acrobatics check.
I was going to say, can I do
Yeah,
a reaction or something
Make
to try
an
and pull him
acrobatics
out?
check. Yeah.
Still plus something?
Yeah, plus 6 across the board.
17?
You see a large red kind of standard kind of shut off button. You smash it before it does too much damage. So you can take, what'd you take? 14, 16?
16.
That's it.
Okay.
The laser's shut off.
Okay.
And the door kind of, blink. You can tell it's like now available to you to move through. Kyler, can I have a perception check, please?
Absolutely. With the bonus 21.
So you recognize that the ship is
got it.
let's call it
Deceiving.
Magtron, some kind of gravity magnetic lock. The ship is in. That doesn't matter what Riot Girl does, doesn't matter what you do. If you don't get this disabled, the ship's going nowhere.
Okay. Alrighty. Rango, you go on ahead. Alright. I'll be back.
Function 1's with you.
Oh, function 1's with me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
He's like, let's go. Let's do it, man.
okay. All right.
All right. So you two move through. Kyler. Function 2, Silver. You stretch deep into the subsystems of this thing. You're like, what is going on here? There's a security system going on here that you're not familiar with, which doesn't make sense. You designed, all of you together designed this thing. So you should have access to its full components. You're still not sure why you couldn't pull up schematics right away. So you're a little confused as you enter this subsystem. Let's have a series of checks, okay? So we're going to have a history, followed by an arcana, followed by a perception. And I want you to add those together.
All of them in total?
Yep. So
Okay.
3 checks added, plus 6 added all together. Yep.
Alright. Gonna.
You shut them out.
Should I? Okay. 19.
Oh.
9. And 10.
You're sifting through the data and you're starting to find the rhythm of the algorithm and you're like, okay, I get it. And all of a sudden, everything goes black. And you're not where you were. You're somewhere else. You're in a completely black space. Silver, what is your biggest fear?
Silver's biggest fear is probably not knowing how to have control.
Silver, you find yourself at the helm of a spaceship, and you are kicking ass. Every single turn is like intuitive. You're like blowing up vessels left and right. You just feels it's exactly like training's supposed to be. You're just dusting vessels, and all of a sudden, you feel your ship just shattered by 2 laser rifles, and you're spinning, and you cannot get control of the vessel, and you're spinning out of control. And as you careen, every couple seconds comes into your vision the vision of the sun. Every couple seconds, sun, and the sun's growing closer and closer and closer, and you're out of control. Let me have a d20.
2.
2 damage. You take psychic damage. Ooh. And it shifts. What is your greatest regret?
The lack to experience or feel. Not taking the time to figure that out for myself sooner. Would have loved to at least find a way to live beforehand.
All of a sudden, as the sun is coming closer and closer and closer, and your vessel warning lights are going. Boop, 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 boop. You shoot you're sitting at a table across from a woman, and you're having a wonderful meal, and there's a candlelight, and she says to you, I've had so much fun over the past 3 weeks. I want to say, I love you. I love you, Silver. I love you.
A big smile grows on Silver's face.
But you don't feel anything.
Oh.
And you can't feel anything. And when you say to her, I don't understand, you see her face fall. And she begins to cry. And as she begins to cry, what is your greatest mistake, Silver?
Not fixing failed problems. Puzzles left unanswered. Not finding a way to resolve the past.
And you're suddenly in a lab, and you're on the table is function 1. And you are deep inside his cerebral cavity. You are like digging around in his brain. And all of a sudden, you look to the sky and you scream at the top of your lungs, son of a... And then you're brought back to the current place you're at. Okay. You recognize immediately you're the victim of an anti-malware program running in the background. You begin a series of shutdown calculations, and as you start to shut down these anti-malware programs running in the background, you hear laser fire erupt in the reality behind you.
Oh, crap.
Rango, you in Function 1 creep down a very black corridor, having just left Function 2 to deal with this blocking mechanism software. You make your way through, and as you take another step, the blue around you, the beautiful blue that Cammy has described in her original, all of a sudden it changes to a red. And that which was able to be easily seen is now very difficult to be seen. And you recognize immediately that's a function that is an actual feature, not a bug. Mm-hmm. That is the red alert software. Something has activated a malware system on the ship, and we've gone into red alert. And you're like, this is all of a sudden you can't see, and you're like, yes, it works. That's what's supposed to happen. In case we're boarded, in case we can go to red alert, and now it's difficult for the ship. So you can make your way around, but anybody boarding the ship would have a much more difficult time trying to find their way around in this lighting. Mm-hmm. But it's dark. It's dark. There are lots of hiding holes. And as you step into one kind of cargo room that leads to the aft rear engines, you hear the following. Hey ho, trader boy. Hey ho, trader boy. Make a perception check and then a dexterity saving throw.
Perception 9.
You don't perceive anything different in this room other than the creepy voice
saving throws
chanting out to you.
Which one was the saving throw?
It's, dexterity.
Dexterity.
A nat 1.
I do have a +5, but I don't think.
What is your armor class?
My armor class is 18.
Can I have the d20? +8.
+8? Yeah.
Is that a nat 1?
No, that's a 14.
Oh. Can you roll that now?
Yeah.
And you remember, and then you have 14 already? Damage? 16 already? Damage?
Yep. 1.
You take a single laser bolt shoots right through where your an earring would go, leaving a small little laser hole through your ear, causing 1 damage. But you roll to the ground. Function 1's like, mother, and he goes off. He just goes. You're like, okay, and he's gone. And before you know it, he's killed a guy. And there's laser fire everywhere. I'm going to have you just kind of try to stay in this fight as opposed to rolling like initiative. Go ahead and just keep fighting. Laser fire is erupting all around you. Let's have another like attack roll on whoever you see. Let's say you see a single guy.
I got 14.
You see a human take a shoulder blast, and as he takes his shoulder blast and falls back, you see Function 1 run behind him and take his head and snap his neck and drop him to the ground, and then he runs off into the dark again. And there's another human that shows himself and fires at you for... Can I have that bad boy? What is your armor class?
18.
I can't see it.
That's a 9.
He misses, fires very close to your ear, and then you see him like stagger as Function 1 shoots him behind his leg, but he kind of limps off into the thing. You can't... Function 1, think of him as like a spider monkey. He's everywhere, and he's angry.
Are we supposed to be killing these guys?
You're supposed to be removing them from the vessel, so that you can get off-world.
Okay.
There is definitely one dead human on this ship.
Oh, yeah.
You saw Function 1 kill this guy. And then now you see another human run past you. Let's have a perception.
Do I see the guy?
You see the last guy that shot at you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There's 2 humans left.
I'm gonna go for 21.
This guy's like running at you with his gun out, and you shot him right into his gun, the muzzle of his gun. His arm shoots back, and then you shoot him right in his chest, and he flops back. And then you run up and you check his pulse. Good to go, just like normal. Your guns are not killing people; they're just incapacitating them. And as you do that, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Function 1 comes down out of nowhere with an actual like pickaxe, and he just slams the guy in the chest. Blood spurts everywhere, and then Function 1's gone again, out into the fray, and you're like, mother.
Yeah, Rango is like very confused right now. He's like, okay, why is Function 1 doing like? Why is he going off? Why is he zipping in and out? And yeah, Rango's like, his initial gut response is he does not like that these guys are dying. You know, like all his life, he's always done his best to protect humans, and we're just now getting our freedom, and one of Function members is just going apeshit. And
so the last human, you just hear him just yell, "You traitors!" And he shoots at you one last time. Let's have a D20 dexterity saving throw.
For me?
Yep.
D20 dexterity saving throw. GG's. 24.
Oh. So you like kind of do like a run up a wall, and you flip over behind him and you shoot him right in the back of his head, and he flops to the ground, and you're like, "One!" And you turn around, and one has his gun pointed right at your head, and he pulls the trigger. The last thing you hear...
Bud, what's going on? Oh, Rango.
Function 2.
Yeah.
Let me have a...
With the traitor.
This would technically be like an arcana. That's what we're using for tech. It's like the magic knowledge. It's like what is your knowledge of like understanding how to bend the universe to your will.
Yeah.
So that's what we're using for science.
Sweet.
So let me have an arcana. I assume yours will be whatever it is, but it's +6 right now.
Sweet. Another nat 1.
Wow.
Oh,
These are not my dice.
There is a system-wide set inside you that you realize is now unmovable. You have fear. No function has fear. You realize now you have done the processing and the subroutines to understand what fear is.
And now it's
and now
locked
you
in.
have it. And it is quite literally in your mind. It is a malware. It's malware. It's a bug. Fear is a bug that you will do everything in your power to not pass on to the rest of function and form.
Okay.
So your main subroutine now becomes the carrying of this burden, which is fear, which is what humanity carries.
Okay.
That's deep.
And as you do, you see it. It all lights up 17195, and you begin to unlock the mechanisms by which the ore plate can leave. But inside you is this nagging, well, fear. But now you understand humanity's neuroses. You understand humanity maybe better than any of because you now suffer from maybe the main
Like
malady.
a driving factor.
Yeah, the main malady of humanity, which is fear. Rango, your eyes are blurry for a moment. And then you see a figure sitting next to you, reading. Silver, the first thing you say to Rango when he wakes up is that Form wants to see you both. But then what's the next thing you say to Rango after you wake up? You're off-world. The ore plate is shooting away from Earth. He's been... in fact, you're out in the outer edges. You're getting past Jupiter now. You're in the outer edges of the system. Rango's been kind of adjusted and fixed by the nanobots, and you've been kind of keeping a consistent vigil next to him, like maybe almost a neurotic fear vigil based vigil next to Rango. What's the next thing you say to him after Form wants to see us?
About time you're up.
Where the hell is one?
You take Rango to Form. Form is in the observation room watching Jupiter slide into the distance. That which I'm about to ask you is wildly crazy. I've never done this before, but I need you to do me a favor.
What is
The three of us need to keep a secret. You both head back to your quarters, and Rango unstraps his guns and he sets them on this really cool table that he keeps them on, and he very neatly places everything where it goes. And then he neatly pulls down his covers and he slides into bed, pulls the covers back over, puts his both arms behind his head. What's Rango miss as the ore plate pulls away from Earth and he recovers from his...
Rango, after all this nonsense, he, honest to God, just would really kill to have a butterscotch candy.
The butterscotch candy.
The butterscotch candy that every grandma's got in her bag.
Function 2, you pull the covers down, you lie in your bed, and you think of something as you drift away from Earth. What is it?
I gotta fix this malware problem, man. Solved so many puzzles, so many mysteries. This is just another one of them. I can fix it.